Hi, it's Denis Knight with Golf Traveler. I'm in Aurora, Missouri today at Honey Creek. It's a little windy, as you can tell, but I think it's supposed to clear off and the day ought to get a little bit better as we progress. This is an 18-hole course, about 35 miles from my house, about 50-minute drive on the other side of Republic. I played it in September. We're going to play it again today and video it and see what we think, hole by hole. And this is hole 1, and it's a par 4, but they've shortened the tee boxes, so it should not be. It's about 240 yards now. As I stand here looking at hole 1, I'm realizing it's a much more windy day than I had anticipated. So the wind's behind me, so I'm going to use an iron here. It's 100 and, well, no, it's a little over 200, but it's going to play a lot shorter than that. So, all right, we'll get started. As you look at the greens here of hole 1, you can tell that they take good care. Looking at the layout, you can see the creek and some of the holes adjacent to the creek. And then, of course, the clubhouse, or the barn, I like to say, is up that way at the tee box of 1. So, gives you a little idea of the early holes. Finishing on 1, we swirl around. There's the tee box back there of the blues and whites up here. This is a par 3, and it sits up on top of the hill. I have no idea how big the green is. I guess I could go up and look. It's about 121 with the wind blowing at my back. I got to get some elevation. I'm probably going to hit a pitching wedge. I hit a 9, I'll hit it way over. Now, hole 3 is going to be a little tricky because it's about 425 par 4, and I'm going into the wind. You can kind of see their carts down there. That's kind of down. It's a dog leg right. So we're going to have to get off the box pretty well. I birdied hole 1 and bogeyed hole 2. So hole 4 is a blind par 5, so we can't really see. So we'll get out on top of that hill, and then, you know, it dogs a little to the left according to the diagram. So we'll shoot the left side. Now on top of the hill, this par 5 hole 4. You can kind of see it. Yeah, I'm going to zoom down there. You can kind of see where it is. I'm about 280 out on my second shot, so not too bad. I'm a little bit behind the tree over there, but I think I can get a low iron and get down there and pump up on 3. I was able to par the par 5 hole 4. Now we swing around to hole 5, and it is a 151 yard par 3. Doesn't look like much of a green up there. Wind's blowing right at me, about 20. So, man, I don't know. I don't know if I can get my 8 there or not, you know. So, with this wind, I may hit a 7 and prop it up and see if I can get some lift. This is the green of that par 3, hole 5. So, pretty good sized green. It putted well. Now, we swing around and check this out on hole 6. Tee box is a little more to my left here, but you can kind of see their golf carts down there. We got to shoot through these trees out onto that belly of that fairway out there, and then climb up the hill up there to the hole's very top. Okay, and this is a par 4, so I bogeyed that last hole, so I think I'm 2 over. So we're gonna have to get out on top of this one. Hole 7 is a par 4, but you got to go over this ditch down here, which is not that far. It's about 160-ish. Get down there where that cart's going up the hill. It's kind of what I'd like to do. You can see the green up there. I'm hoping to get out there to where I can just climb up that hill in two. So I'm going to go over it, hit my 2 hybrids, and see if I can't get out in that belly of that fairway. This is the green of hole 8. I just finished and parred. But if you see through those trees up on that hill, that's where the tee box is. So you had to kind of shoot. You can see those gentlemen up there. They're on the tee box. You had to shoot it through there and then come up this hill. Now 9 is even a little bit more odd. You have to kind of go down into this, looks like fairway area down here, down at the base of this. And then the green is just to the right down there by that sand trap. Now hole 10 is a par 4, but they've had to move their tee boxes up, I guess because of water maybe. So I mean we're just hitting right here, you know. And there's the green over there, so I don't know. It's not really a par 4, that's for sure. So play it the way it is. Hole 11 is going to be a long dog leg left, over 400 yards, about 422. And I can't really tell it's around the corner, but I'm trying to get out on that hill and then see around that corner. Hole 11. Hole 12 is just a straight ahead par 3. It's about 145, but I got a pretty good strong wind behind me, but probably 2 club. So believe it or not, I think I'm going to hit a pitching wedge, because I'm afraid my 9 will overshoot the green. Hole 13 is a par 5, dogs to the right. You get up here on the hill, you can't really see anything. So we're going to have to try to work our way out in that area and see if we can't see around that corner. And you can see the tee box, the hole 13 par 5 way down there. And you come around this corner up here and you can see the green sitting over there. So we're hitting our 3rd shot. I'm about 90 something out, but the wind's really blowing hard, so we'll see. And there's the green of 13, just finished it up. It was a par 5 and I was able to par it. And then here's 14. It's a dog to the left, so you can't really see. So we're gonna have to get out into that area right in there and then get a better look at the hole. Now hole 15 is long, 545. So we're gonna have to get out there. The dog is back down to the left somehow, but we got a long way to go. So let's get started. As I come up over the hill of the par 515, you can see the green down there. I drove about 240. So I'm in range. Well, not really, but I'll get down there as close as I can on my 2nd shot. Here I am on 16. The tee box is about 180 yards behind me. I set up right here in front of the water. I've got to hit over the green. It's about 115 yards. The wind is so strong, I'm going to hit a 9. That's how strong it is. All right, we're on 17 now. It's about 181, but with this wind, my app says it's playing about 209. So I'm just going to go after it like I would a drive and get as close to the green as I can. As I walk on this green here at 17, you see how nice the greens are. River, the Honey Creek River runs all, or creek runs all through here. So it's really kind of, you know, the course has some beauty to it. All right, 18 is over there, and it's going to run all along that tree line up there back up to the clubhouse. So let's get over on 18 and get this finished up. 18 dog legs, it starts back up there, and then dog legs right. It's got a little bit of a, I don't know what you want to call it, a gully or whatever, you know, and you got to get over that and get onto the green. So in 4, I drove right to here. I've only got about 105 yards to get over there, so hopefully I can get on in 2 and putt and finish this thing up. As I stand here on the green of 18, I'd just say Honey Creek's greens are nice. Their lack of cart paths and really where their holes are laid out, and it's hard to know when, it's just poorly designed in that respect. I know they have markers at each hole, but it's hard to know when you get off one hole where the next hole is. They've got a little pro shop up there, but I mean, it's off the beaten path golf course. So yeah, if you're in the area, play it, but I wouldn't make a great effort to come.